What's up, guys? It's Nick, also known as Born Gamer, bringing you a Call of Duty commentary. And I know the video's kind of long. Don't let that deter you. I got a good amount to talk about. And the topic I really want to go over today is, will the next generation of consoles fail? Now, this is not the most prevalent topic on the fact that, or on the basis that the consoles aren't out yet, and we're still riding the glory days of 360, PS3, and I'm not gonna say the Wii, because I think the glory days in the Wii ended in like 2007 when Mario Galaxy 1 came out. But I mean, I don't know, to be honest. My opinion on this is that the consoles won't fail. However, the sales won't be as high, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The one reason I can say for the Xbox, it's kind of a dumb reason, but it makes sense when you think about it. The Xbox isn't going to sell as much based on the fact that for the 360, you guys remember the red ring and how big of a problem it was? How many people had to buy a second Xbox? I mean, I know a lot of people either just got replacements through their warranty, but I know there's countless numbers of people who had to spend the entire amount that it cost to buy a new Xbox. Once, twice, maybe even 3 times, just because they wanted it. And then obviously people would either just give up, switch to the PS3, or finally the Xbox 360 Slim, the one I have, actually seemed to have remedied the red ring issue. Knock on wood. I'm actually knocking on wood because that would be pretty horrible if my Xbox broke. But the 360, I don't really see it going that downhill, because they're marketing them as more than game systems now. And when the 360 first came out, what was the big sell? HD graphics? That's great. Now even the Wii has HD graphics. The Wii U, ooh. I mean, I feel like the Wii U is going to be successful. I'm not going to lie. They actually said that the original Wii was going to fail. That's what they predicted. But then, look at it. Like, it's sold more consoles than any other one, and obviously it doesn't have the fan support that the 360 and PS3 does, and by that I mean like software sales. Like, there's a lot of people that just bought the Wii, wouldn't even buy a game for it. They're just happy with Wii Sports. And you know what? That's fine. I mean, Nintendo can't complain. They bought your console. I mean, what are you gonna say? Like, oh, you bought our console, but you didn't buy our games. It's like, yeah, well, they still bought it. They could have just not bought it in the first place. So, if I'm Nintendo, I'm kind of worried, actually, because there's that generation of people who never had played video games, and this is kind of like there's no stats behind this, but there's that generation of, I want to say, like senior citizens, for example. My mom works in a nursing home, and I guess they have a Wii. Do you think that nursing home's going to buy a Wii U? No, they're not going to buy a Wii U. These 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds, like grandma and grandpas that bought a Wii, they don't care. They don't want another console because there's HD graphics. They just liked it because they could play it. And it was simple, and that was the revolution behind the Wii. But the Wii U, it's bringing hardcore gamers back into the fold. And that might be its problem. Because the Wii sold so well because it appealed to so many audiences. And I know that they're keeping the Wii name in hopes of convincing people that it's still that casual nature, and they're adding the Wii U, the U at the end, to show it's a more individual experience at the same time. I think that's crap. I mean, I don't know why they don't just change the name outright. But I think that Nintendo it's so successful for the original Wii, but the Wii U is going to have a lot of trouble getting those casual gamers back. Because casual gamers in 06, sure, they bought the Wii. They thought it was fun. Wii Sports was revolutionary. But now what do casual gamers do? They pull out their cell phone. Why buy a $250, $300 console when you could purchase Angry Birds, or even get it for free, like as is the case for me? So they're really going to have trouble getting the casual gamers back. And those hardcore gamers, some of them might be lost for Nintendo. I know that I was big on Nintendo. I had GameCube and N64, and I loved it. I never had a PS2. I played it. Wasn't the hugest fan of it. I knew in just about every aspect it was a superior console. I still don't know how I defended those little mini, coasters call disc that Nintendo put its games on. I mean, in retrospect, it's just kind of like, why did Nintendo do the things that it did? And that's probably going to be the question they're asking in about 5 years when we know if the Wii U was actually a success or not. So I'm really curious to see if the hardcore gamers, you know, come to rescue the Wii U, if it needs to be rescued. And how is that going to affect the 360 or the 720, the PS4? How are they going to affect each other? Because the thing about the 360 and PS3 is those are, I guess you consider the hardcore consoles. The PS3 is probably the most hardcore gaming console. Like, obviously, you can tell the Move had buttons. They thought it was hardcore gaming, needed buttons. Okay, that's their thing. Nintendo's obviously the most casual, and Microsoft just kind of plays in the middle. And you can see that the success is going towards the hardcore gaming. I mean, obviously the Wii had so much success in the beginning because of casual gamers, but once that kind of died off, the 360 and PS3 definitely picked up. So are they going to ride that momentum into the new generation? I don't know. I'm just guessing. That's what we're all doing. It's all skepticism. All these, you know, experts saying they're going to sell X amount, they're going to sell 50% as much as last time. Like, yeah, but they're going to sell 50%, but they could sell 3 times as many games because for all we know, they're going to be digital distribution only. Games are going to cost half as much. You could buy that much more. Or the word of mouth is great on all these games because the graphics are fantastic. Or who knows, maybe Call of Duty just ceases to exist and then people spend money on other games. Okay, we know that's not going to happen. Activision's just going to ride this money train until it falls off the bridge. Like, I don't know. For you guys that saw the Black Ops 2 trailer, I don't really know what to say about that. I wasn't too impressed. I like the direction that it's going, but it's, I don't know. Like, it just looks the same. Like, when people, like, I just feel like when you can look at it and say the concept is different, but the game doesn't look different, just on the basis of, like, how people move. Like, I can just tell, like, the game just kind of has the same feel. Like, I know that it can obviously be radically different, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Black Ops. I thought it was, I almost hate to say it, kind of easier than all the other Call of Duty games. I'm not sure if that was because nobody was getting all these kill streaks in the air every couple of seconds, but my favorite's always going to be Call of Duty 4, so it's always going to be a race for second place when it comes to Call of Duties. I mean, behind Call of Duty 3 split screen, hell yeah. Thumbs up for Eater Dam for all of you guys that know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Well, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the 360 or 362, 720 and the PS4. The specs I'm getting on these is that they are still pretty high end. Obviously, they're not going to be the best graphics out there because the PCs are always going to have better graphics. I don't care what you do. You're not going to be able to sell a console and make a profit off it and have the best graphics. Especially 5 years down the road. I mean, 360 is 7 years old now, and you put that next to a PC, it's just kind of like, really? Like, people are still playing this? But luckily I haven't had that privilege of playing the high-end PC games, so I don't know what I'm missing out on. And I don't really care about graphics too much. Like, it's not that. It's more of the evolution of the games I care about. Like, Modern Warfare 3, the graphics are, I mean, they're not that much different than Modern Warfare 2. I don't think anybody's going to argue that they're radically different or that they changed the game, but they did fine-tune it, and I respect that, but I think that it's time for a big change, and if that comes in the next life cycle of consoles, so be it. But as for the sales of the consoles, I really do see them going down. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that obviously the casual gaming is just going to be lost to this handheld, and I don't mean like, hey, I only play Xbox 3 hours a week or a couple times in the weekend casual gaming. I mean like the moms that bought a Wii for Wii, like Wii Fit or something, you know, like those, they don't care about it that much. And we're in a different time now. When those consoles first came out, we were before this recession, and I know that, I mean, personally I'm not feeling it because obviously I don't have that kind of investment in, I guess, the world, just like money overall. I don't have that much money to really notice a difference. I mean, if I was getting taxed or, you know, getting constant paychecks for a life wage. I mean, it's way different. So there's really not much that you can say on that end from my perspective. But obviously people are going to have less money and they're looking for more of a deal. I feel like they're going to look at the Wii U and say, I've already got that. If I want casual gaming, I'm going to go with my Wii that I already own, or I'm just going to go, hey, got my iPhone. That seems like a good idea. I think the 360 and PS3, the next generation of each of those consoles is really going to shine, because as opposed to them being marketed as that HD experience that the 360 and PS3 were when they first came out, there's so much more. I believe that more people or more time is spent on Xbox now doing anything like other than gaming, like watching movies and TV shows and listening to music or Facebook. All that stuff combined is more than the actual gaming, and that's kind of incredible. So if you think, yes, the gaming console is going to sell less, but I think that the media devices are going to sell more. And that's going to be the big selling point for these consoles. I think that they're going to have to change the marketing. We're no longer going to be sold as gamers. We're going to be sold as people who own entertainment boxes and like to play games on the side. I'd really love to hear everybody's opinions in the comments. So obviously, tell me what you think. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.